Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We're in chapter number 18, entitled Conclusion, the Perfection of Renunciation, verse number 3. This is a class, so we have the class format. Please repeat. Tyajang doshavadit yeke karma prahura manishinaha yagyadana tapak karma natyajang iti chapare. Synonyms, please repeat. Tyajam, must be given up. Doshavat, as an evil. Use the other bell. Use the small bell. Iti, thus. Eke, one group. Karma, work. Prahu, they say. Manishinaha, great thinkers. Yagya, of sacrifice. Dana, charity. Tapa, and penance. Karma, works. Na, never. Tyajyam, are to be given up. Iti, thus. Cha, and. Apare, others. Kindly respond. Some learned men declare that all kinds of fruitive activities should be given up as faulty. Yet other sages maintain that acts of sacrifice, charity, and penance should never be abandoned. So, there is also a Krishna conscious way of doing sacrifice, charity, and penance, which is not fruitive activities, but actually transcendental. So, as far as sacrifice, what is the recommended sacrifice for this age? Sankirtan Yagya. And are we doing that tonight? Yes, we are doing that. Congregational glorification of God. Charity. Now, how can you do transcendental charity? You can give transcendental charity distributing prasad. You can do transcendental charity by buying books like Bhagavad-Gītā and distributing to people. So there is different things you can help to construct temples. So you can execute charity in a transcendental way. Penance? Twice a month, what should you do? The day of Lord, is Hari transcendental? You better say yes. Yes, he's transcendental. So by observing Ekadasi, you're doing transcendental penance. The best penance, who knows what the best penance is? Celibacy. That's the topmost. Nirjala Ekadasi, of course, but it is said the topmost penance is brahmacharya. Abstinence from sex. Okay, let's look at Prabhupada's purport. And if you can do Nirjala Ekadasi, you're a better man than I am. There are many activities in the Vedic literature which are subjects of contention, especially in ISKCON nowadays. Every other day there's a new contention. For instance, it is said that an animal can be killed in a sacrifice, yet some maintain that animal killing is completely abominable. Although animal killing in a sacrifice is recommended in the Vedic literature, the animal is not considered to be killed. The sacrifice is to give a new life to the animal. Sometimes the animal is given a new animal life after being killed in the sacrifice. And sometimes the animal is promoted immediately to the human form of life. And that's why Lord Chaitanya said, sorry, that's not possible in the age of Kali. We don't have that kind of Brahman. Sorry, they just don't have that potency. You have been to how many sacrifices? What happens at the end of the sacrifice? Ash. That's all there is. You don't see, and you read in the Bhagavatam how they did the sacrifice, Lord Vishnu would appear. Or what happened, what's his name? Drupada did a sacrifice. What happened? Draupadi and Drishtadyumna were born. Nice way to get a son and daughter. Easy on the wife. Right? We don't have that kind of Brahman. Because in those kinds of sacrifice, you have to chant the mantras exactly perfectly. And there was another Brahmin to check. Wait. Shh. You didn't say that Om Bhurvaswa properly. Do it again. It had to be done perfectly. All the procedures. You don't have such brahmanas anymore. So Lord Chaitanya said, in the age of Kali, 5 acts which were previously permitted are not allowed in Kali Yuga. So, yes, Ashvamedha Gavalambam, horse sacrifice, cow sacrifice. Yes, taking, but there's Vaishnava sannyas, but yes. And also begetting a wife and a child and the wife of your brother, if he was unable, as in the case of Vyasadeva and anyway. What was his name? Yes, but who was the one that could not? Yes, that's it, Vachitravirya. That's correct. All right. So, Lord Chaitanya said to Chandakazi, therefore the only sacrifice recommended in the age of Kali, yes, not Homa. Sorry. That's not the recommended sacrifice in the age of Kali. No, it's Sankirtan, which we're doing. This is sacrifice. Everything else is play. It looks good. Everybody's very interested. They did. But real. That's why Prabhupada, in Vrindavan, when he installed the deities in the Vrindavan temple, he originally just wanted to do Sankirtan. But he knew that all the Spartas and all the Bandas in Vrindavan, they would cause a big uproar. So Prabhupada, he's smart. He invited all the Sparta Brahmins and come, do your different rituals. But what was going on in the temple? Loud Sankirtan. And Prabhupada even writes in his Bhagavatam, he writes it, as far as I was concerned, the Sankirtan was sufficient for the installation of the deities. That's what he writes in 6th canto. Because he has complete faith in this Hare Nama Eva Kevalam. Kalo nastyeva gatiranyata. That's why Jiva Goswami says, in the age of Kali, you can do whatever rituals you want to do, no problem. Do them. But beginning, middle, and end, kirtan. There has to be kirtan. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. You can do all your Hindu rituals. Nobody's going to stop you. It's okay. But make sure there is kirtan. Just like when we had the observance funeral for Jai Krishna Das. You had that Brahmin priest from the Gayatri Paliwa, right? And what did we do? Chiman, what did you do? You insisted there had to be kirtan, right? Right, that's correct. Because if there's no kirtan, no, there has to be kirtan in every function. Wedding ceremony, kirtan. Funeral ceremony, kirtan. Mundan, kirtan. What's that thing you give the grains for the first time? What do you call that? Kirtan. And what goes along with kirtan? Prasad. As I've said a billion times, no prasad, bye-bye. Has to be kirtan and prasad. That's Lord Chaitanya's program. Chant, dance, take prasad.
Is kirtan because it's an expression of joy?
No, it's because it's what is authorized by God. We don't make up religion. This is another thing. There's this philosophy out there, out there means. They say religion is man-made. But that's not what Yamaraj says. Yamaraj says religion is God-made. Dharman tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. We don't make up religion. Just like you can't make up your own traffic laws. You can't go to the judge. No, I don't accept that law. He'll say, go to jail. You're considered a madman. You can't make up a religion. Man-made religion is rejected in the very second verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. Second verse. Cheating, okay. Why is man-made religion to be rejected? Because man has what? 4 defects. So how can a conditioned soul with 4 defects create a religion? It makes no sense. Religion has to be coming from the perfect source, aparushaya. That's why the original, now watch carefully, the original Sanatan Dharma begins with who? Vishnu, Narayan, speaking to Brahma. When? At the dawn of creation. That's the beginning of Sanatan Dharma or Hindu religion, whichever word you're comfortable with. That's where it starts. That's where the whole thing begins. So Yamaraj says, Dharman tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. Religion means, what does God say? Not what Obama says, or Rush Limbaugh, or any of these other idiots. Religion means, what does God say? What was I pointed out in the previous verse? Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. God is speaking, not just some man. No, it has to come from God. Then it's religion. Good. Now, what? Anything. No, it doesn't have to be chapan bhog. Anything. Hey, your last program, what did we have? Was everybody happy? Did anybody complain? They better not. It doesn't matter, right? Could be milk or fruits, whatever. Yeah. If you want to make big feasts, that's fine. But you don't have to. It can be simple. What's the main ingredient Krishna's looking for?
Love and devotion.
And ghee. Because Krishna is not vegan. And thank you. And tulsi leaf. Very good. Shall we go back to the purport? All right.
The terminology lately I hear, it says organized religion.
Organized. Yeah, that is the desire of Bhakti Vinod, Bhakti Siddhanta, Srila Prabhupada. Yes. But yes, I know what you're saying. People reject that word organized religion. So you want disorganized religion? You're happy with that?
Now, how about disorganized?
Yeah. Like some people now, they do this thing, less government. Yeah, but what's turning out? No government. You know how many vacation days these idiots took last year? And they still got paid. If we got paid for the amount of vacation those idiots took in Congress, right? Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, let's get back on track. Everybody chant the Maha Mantra. Okay. So, some say, but there are different opinions among the sages. Some say that animal killing should always be avoided, and others say that for a sacrifice it is good. All these different opinions on sacrificial activity are now being clarified by the Lord Himself. Everybody chant the Maha Mantra loudly together. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
All right.